Hello and welcome to Path of Exile. This video is going to focus on addressing 3 things to make your leveling experience fun and easy. And those 3 things are not dying, your mana issues, and being able to move faster. Nobody likes to move around like a turtle, so we're going to address all 3 of those issues. We're going to do it on a really cheap budget. Every single person can afford this. So let's get into it. I'll put timestamps at the bottom of the video so you can jump from item to item, and we're also going to show you how to acquire the Chaos Orbs to actually buy these things and trade. So it'll be really easy. Let's go over the items now. The first item we're going to be targeting are the Wanderlust wool shoes. There's no level requirement, so we can get them right away. They generally cost anywhere from 2 to maybe 3 or 4, depending, maybe even 5 chaos. But as the league progresses, they're going to be 1 to 2, maybe 3 chaos. And by progresses, I mean by the 3rd day. These will prevent you from being frozen, and they add movement speed of 20%. Now, the more expensive one, the one that might cost 3 chaos, we hold down the Alt key. See that mana regeneration rate? If it's a 40, then, or closer to 40, it might go for a little more. But you could still end up finding one for 1 or 2 chaos, because people don't usually check that. They just, oh, it's selling for that much, and they throw it up there and done deal. Not bad, so that's going to be our first item. And I've bought all these items that I've gone over for 1 or 2, maybe 3 chaos, not very much. One of these items cost a little bit more, but we'll get to that. The next item we're going to go over is the Curie Ward Jade Amulet. Now, this helps almost every build, maybe a minion build, not as much, but still. Projectile speed, movement speed, so now we're up to 30. Accuracy we can always use, and the strength and dexterity doesn't hurt. And this is, again, a very cheap amulet, maybe 1, 2, or 3. Right now it's 1 chaos or less. And the ranges on that, strength and dexterity. I got a good one, and it was only, I think, 1 chaos. Not bad. This next item actually flies under the radar, and what it is a Quicksilver Flask. We've all seen those, but it's automatically going to be used when the charges reaches full. You can search for an enchantment that way by pressing this and coming up with, I think, the hidden thing, and then go like that and search it. 5 chaos. I did get this for 5 chaos. Now, it's not a good one. It's not qualitied up, so it doesn't last as long. But for 5 chaos, I was happy with that. And what happens is, as I'm battling and hunting and doing all that out there, this thing's just going off and adding 48% movement speed to my movement, which is amazing. I love it. Now, once I hit level 23, I'm switching over to these boots. These have 37% movement speed, a nice 48% on the resistance roll too. That was a good one. And you can see the movement speed varies from 1 to 40. So be careful and find one that is worthwhile to you. So now we're up to a very nice speed. The next item is going to be this Praxis Ring. And this is going to address our mana issues. Right now, if I were to cast like a Molten Strike or something like that, it costs 11 mana. But with this Praxis Ring, and it has a range on there, see the -8 to -4? Make sure you're getting at least a -7, but -8s do not sell for that much. I got this for 1 or 2 chaos. And I'll show you at the end how to get the chaos as you're leveling up too. So we throw that on, and all of a sudden now we get some mana regeneration, and the mana per second is really nice on it, and some damage recoup as mana. So it's all about mana on this ring. But the biggest thing is that mana cost. I can endlessly cast, and I was able to get rid of all my mana potions right when I put this thing on. So it's pretty cool. Now at level 30, you might have an option to face here. You could, at level 30, go this route. This ring is Thief's Torment Prismatic Ring, and it's really neat, especially for melee. It also gives 49% elemental resistances to all, so it's a massive item. But it's really nice and makes any kind of melee or anytime you're doing a hit with an attack, it gives you so much life back, so much mana back, that's how I address the mana as a character that hits. If you don't, then you can just stick with this. And again, these are very, very cheap. 1 to 3 chaos. The only thing that cost 5 chaos so far was that. And you can get those pretty easily. You might spend 6 or 7, who knows. But we're going to get there. The next item is this one right here. Now if I hold Alt on this, it'll tell me what Onslaught does. Onslaught adds increased attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed of 20% permanently. It's on there even in town. Now we're running a lot faster. If I were to use that potion, let's see if we can actually use it. Now this is my speed that I'm running around, and I go even faster than that, and I'm just leveling up. Let's go to the next item. So far, we've mostly addressed the speed, and the speed is decently, I would say, really good, especially for leveling up. That's a nice speed to go. The next thing I want to level up or address is the you don't want to die as often. A little bit of a trick that I use during all my characters is this one right here. See this move only? I put move only there. But not only that, if you buy a steel skin or a molten shell, anything that says guard, see that's a guard skill at the end, at a tag at the top. Well, if you buy the guard skill, I don't want to put it there. Sorry. Put it there, and then you're going to have to manually put it on there. We'll take it off of here. Then I'm still moving, and it's still a movement thing, but look at that. I'm moving around, and every so often, I've got an 835 hit point shield on me at this point. It starts lower, and it builds up. At the max level, I think it's like a 2200 hit point shield. And every time it triggers, it removes bleeding. Not corrupted blood, but bleeding. So that's a really nice thing to do. You could do it with Molten Shell. It's totally optional, but I like the relaxed, fun playstyle, so that's what I go with. Pretty cool. The next item is going to be a gem as well, and we're going to reserve some of our mana. To do that, you can actually, if either of these are not available to you, Steel Skin or Purity of Elements, usually you can go to Act 3 into the library and talk to, and make sure you've done that quest in there, and talk to Souza. He has all the gems, almost all the gems, and you can just bring the money for it, and you can buy them. This gem that I'm going to be going over is really, it flies under the radar, but it makes life easy. And let's take a look at it. It's called Purity of Elements. People, they're like, I don't want to use that, but it is amazing. This thing, when it's all when it's all said and done, it gives you a total of 35 resist all to all your fire, cold, and lightning. But not only that, look down there where it says immune. You are now immune to ignite, scorched, chilled, you can't be frozen, brittled, shocked. All those lightning bolts that come down and all of a sudden tons of lightning going off, you're shocked, and then all of a sudden you're hit for a ton of damage. Doesn't happen. And you can't be sapped either. So that's 7 different bad things that you're now immune to. I love it. Highly recommend it. And because we don't care about mana, mana's a non-issue. I reserve with a bunch of different auras and everything right down into here. And I have no mana issues. I'm using all that mana to give myself buffs. The next items we're going to go over, so now we have this. For me, when I put this on, I can't use another ring with it because that's part of the requirements there. So now I'm stuck with just a couple of things here. What you want to focus on is life. So when you search for an item, there's some life on that, 78 life, and this was 1 or 2 chaos. Put that on, my life goes up. Same thing over here. Max life, 52, some resistances, some extra damage, and attack speed. That's on your own personal preference. You could put something else on there if you're a caster or something. But this is where I'm getting the life. We'll put that on there. This one, I just bought this for 5 chaos. Now you can get a regular life armor piece But this one I'm going to roll myself. But the thing is, I got a 6 link here for only 5 chaos. And I'm going to roll it and try to make it, I'm going to hope for some life on there and use it and have a good time with it. And now we're going to go over how we actually get the chaos. When you're out there hunting and going through the leveling process, you're going to come across rare drops. And they're just going to be like this. They're going to have, it'll be unidentified. Just identify it with a wisdom scroll, and most likely it's not going to be worth using because you've bought items that are very good, so the likelihood of finding one on the ground is low, and just sell them for alteration shards. These alteration shards, when you get 20 of them, they turn into an orb of alteration, and those, I've traded chaos for anywhere from 6 of these for a chaos, up to I think 17 or 18 for a chaos. The market varies, but in general maybe 12 to 13, 14. And you'll be surprised. Well, all of a sudden you have 20 of these on you, and you might be able to get 2 chaos, and that's one of these items. And the other thing is, if you find items that are linked, that have a red, green, and blue, that are linked on the ground, you can sell them for one of these. Chromatic orb. Really cool. Now the thing with this is, pretty consistently, it's 6 of these for a chaos. I've been able to fund this entire setup, leveling up and just buying and replacing things as well, all these items, just by doing these trades. Collecting these, selling them for chaos. And it takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it because now, when I go out there, I am flying around, this thing's going off, I'm swinging around, I'm having a good time, I'm not dying, I can base tank everything and it's just a breeze. I don't have to worry about mana, I'm having a good time, and I'm going to, and I'll get right smoothly into maps and progress from there. So I really hope this helps, and there's different ways you can do this. By far, this isn't the be-all, end-all of ways to grab your leveling items. These are just ones that address the main issues. Life, mana, move fast. Because nobody likes to move like a turtle. So I hope this helps. This will get your chaos. You can do it and have a great time. And it makes the game a lot easier and a lot more fun. So I hope this helps. Have a good one and enjoy. A quick side note, if you ever over-level a gem, you can't use it for some reason, or it's, you don't meet the requirements, you can de-level it just by going like that, putting a scouring orb in there, and it'll take it down to the next level down, and the requirements should be a little bit lower, and then you can actually put it on, and we'll put it there, and that's the purity of elements, and it reserves that much health. Pretty cool. That's a nice one. And one last small tip. I've been keeping all this separate except for these. I've been giving these away to people. All this has been my separate gear. This is the only stuff that I've been using to level up. If you're going to work on a piece of armor and it's clear like this, go ahead and use the armor scraps on it now, and it gives 5 quality per, instead of having to use quite a few more, like 10 or 20. And that's pretty cool. And here we go. We might as well do this. We're going to have some fun with it. Here we go. We're going to make it a normal to a rare and hope to get a good roll. And we only have 1 scour now. So we're going to scour it and then roll it again. And then if I don't, I'll scour it and roll it again. Here we go. And we could put some life on that. Not terrible. Let's go for something better. I get greedy. There's that, and something good. We don't have any more scours, so this has to be it. Reduced attribute requirements, armor, energy shield. Well, we can put some life on it. And I won't use the good one because I haven't technically unlocked that yet. So we're going to use that. And we'll go from there. Alright, have a good one, guys, and enjoy. Pretty cool. Now I've got a 6 link for 5 chaos. Not bad. And I think you can get that at level 36, 35. You can actually search for those and use them around there. I think they sell them. Besides a tabula rasa. But everybody goes for those. This one has stats. More fun. Have a good one. Enjoy.